Hello, everyone. We're going to give everybody one more minute to log on. Welcome to the Footlogix Maximizing Your Sales webinar. I'm really excited to be here today and to present to all of you. We have people logging in from all over the world. So very exciting. So I should say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. As you all know, we sell in about 90 countries around the world today, and growing very quickly. My name is Tanya Palladina. I am in sales with Footlogix. I work out of the head office in Toronto, Canada. And I have had the pleasure of working with this brand for 12 years now. It gets more and more exciting, and especially as the brand grows. And I want to share some of the experiences with you that I've had, that I've spoke with customers about. As I just mentioned, I am in sales with the company, but I really would like you to take the opportunity to ask me as many questions as you'd like. I will most likely answer all of the questions at the end of the webinar, but if for whatever reason you think about something afterwards or later on today, you're more than welcome to reach out to us, and we'll always be happy to answer all of the questions that you have. So I know Jen is manning the question and answer, and as I said, we will make sure that we answer all of your questions at the end of the presentation. A recording will be sent out 24 to 48 hours after the presentation today and will be available for about 2 weeks. So if you feel like you've missed something today, you're more than welcome to listen to it again. I'm going to get started because I think we are, yep, it is that time. So maximizing your sales. What truly is that? I really want you to walk away from this presentation today and say, you know what? I know my product. I know what I'm selling. I definitely am going to investigate my market. And I want you to know the competitive advantage you have as a service provider, as a retailer, in your salon, your spa, your nail bar. I want you to know that competitive advantage compared to maybe another salon and spa that's using something different down the street. I also really would like you to capitalize on this market. There is a huge opportunity when it comes to Footlogix, not only when it comes into the professional service, but also by giving you the opportunity to retail to every single person walking through your door. Even if they're not getting a pedicure, they still have feet. They're looking for products to put on their feet. So this is a great way to generate a new revenue stream for you. How to set up the sale, that's the other point I would like to talk about. And we try to give you all of the tools to do that. Not only with education, but also with actual tools to work with during the service at the front desk and in the salon and spa. So I want to talk to you about the opportunity. I know all of you are very familiar with Footlogix. If you're not, if you're feeling, yeah, you know what, I haven't watched a product knowledge in quite some time, I'm a little rusty on some of the products and what to recommend and what not to recommend. You all know that there is a product knowledge presentation pre-recorded on our website that you can listen to whenever you choose. We also have those great videos on YouTube that talks to you about the products as well. But we do try to separate the brand into 5 categories to make it even that much easier. So we have our moisturizing solutions, our antifungal or antimicrobial solutions, depending on where you are in the world. We have our specialty solutions, our professional range, of course, to perform the full Footlogix professional foot care service. And then we have our at-home pedicure products. And I think this is sometimes where people are a little confused. Do they think, oh, those small sizes are only to be used in pedicure. And that's not the case. You actually can retail that small size soak, that smaller size exfoliating scrub or massage formula, and as well as that at-home callus combo. Now, people are a little bit hesitant at times to retail those at-home pedicure products. And I always ask them, why? Why are you nervous about retailing those products? And they say, well, I want them to come back. I want them to get my pedicure. Of course, they're going to come back and get the pedicure. Do you think that they can perform a full care service as well as what they can do at home on themselves? Absolutely not. Also, the ingredients that we use, and I want to make this very, very clear, the ingredients that we use in our professional callus softener and our at-home callus softener are different. So it is a reformulated version. It's like if you're getting a chemical peel in a spa, pardon me, they're not going to retail you a chemical peel to do at home, right? So we want to make sure that professional products are being used by professionals. And these are products just for in between pedicure, or let's say somebody wanted to buy somebody a gift. That's the time that you would retail those products. But do not be shy to miss out on the opportunity, because people are looking for massage products. They are looking for something to soak their feet with, or perhaps that exfoliating scrub. That's, by the way, amazing for the whole body, not just the feet. So knowing your products is very important. There's no point in using something or recommending something if you don't know the ins and outs of it. Ask yourself these questions. What makes you buy something? What makes you buy something when you go to the store? Are you an impulsive shopper? Do you buy something because of the way it looks? Or perhaps you're looking at the ingredients and you're saying, oh my gosh, I love what's in here. Maybe it's the smell or the feel, the packaging. Some people buy just because of price, as well as there's a lot of people who buy because it's been recommended to them from somebody else. Then there's that emotional buy. I'm having a bad day. I need to go out shopping. Or are you buying something because everyone else is buying it? When you start using Footlogix products, or any product for that matter, always make sure you know more than the customer. And I will talk about this continuously through the presentation. So make sure you know the ingredients. The great thing with Footlogix is we don't have any artificial smell or fragrance when it comes to the products. Our products are safe to use on everyone: diabetics, seniors, immunocompromised clients. So that's a very easy sell. There is no acids in our product, so you do not have to ever worry about recommending a product that's going to harm the end user. The packaging is beautiful. Everybody loves that holographic label. It looks so pretty in any salon and spa, but it also looks great on somebody's counter. Now, price. You all know when you're recommending one of the Footlogix mousses, okay, there is 160 applications in each can of mousse, okay? They're going to apply a walnut size on each foot once a day, every single day. So this can should last that end user, your customer, about 2.5 to 3 months. I am going to talk about this again later on in the presentation, because this is 125 milliliters or 4.23 ounces. There are tubes of cream that are 125 milliliters, 4.23 ounces. How many uses do they get out of that tube of cream that has the same amount of product compared to what they get out of the Footlogix mousse? We'll revisit that later on. Now, do you all know how the technology of the product works? Do you know the ingredients? What are the main ingredients of Footlogix? Well, we all know one of the main ingredients is urea, coenzyme Q10. We have spirulina microalgae in some of our products, as well as some essential oils. But make sure you're very familiar, because people will ask you, oh, urea, what is that? Where do they get that from? Yes, urea is a component of our urine, but please be clear that the urea that we make in our products is synthetically made. So you don't have to worry about saying, well, you know, they get it from animals or anything like that. We don't. Please make sure you know how to answer that question, because you will be asked that question. You'll also be asked, what is the youngest age that people can recommend Footlogix to? 12 years old is typically what we say. I have used it on younger people than that, but we do say, just to be safe, 12 years old. Now, if one of your customers is pregnant and they're using like one of the antifungal products, we do recommend that they consult the doctor. However, it's never been said that they cannot use those products. How does the product work? Are you all familiar with our dermal infusion technology? It is how the product is actually delivered into the skin, how the product actually works and delivers those beautiful ingredients like urea, CoQ10, those essential oils, that spirulina, into all layers of the epidermis. There's no point in using an amazing product with great ingredients if it just sits on top of the skin. So dermal infusion technology allows our products to penetrate into the skin and do what it should do. It's funny, when somebody puts on one of our mousses, they say, feels like nothing's on the skin. And I will say to them, you're absolutely right. It's not on your skin, it's in your skin where it should be. And that is because of that dermal infusion technology. That's one of the things that really makes Footlogix amazing. Not only that it's transformational, but also that it's non-occlusive, so it doesn't seal the skin. It's apply and go. And of course, that dermal infusion technology. Pardon me. Now, I always get really, really frustrated when I hear somebody say, oh my gosh, I didn't know how to answer this question. And I had my customer sitting in my chair and they were reading the back of the products. They were looking at the ingredients. Make sure you always know more than your customer. The last thing you want them to do is tell you about the technology and the green ingredients of the product and how it works and when to use it. Everybody has a cellular phone today. So guess what? While you're performing the service or they're looking at a product, they're researching the ingredients, they're researching the product, they're researching the reviews. So I encourage you to always make sure, again, that you have we have our product knowledge manual on the portal at the back end of our website. So you can download that and have that at your fingertips at all times. And it gives you kind of cheat sheets on every single product, how it works, what the ingredients are, who it's best for. Now, Footlogix kits. We have amazing Footlogix kits. I love kits. I love displays. I love it because you just unpack it, you put it on the shelf, and it sells itself. Yes, we definitely have before and after pictures on our displays, but that's what sells the product. Sometimes people are a little embarrassed about what their issues are with their feet. They don't want to say, yes, I suffer from foot odor, or, you know what, I have something going on with my toenail, or my feet are like sandpaper and they're making holes in my sheets. But they may take a look at the display and quietly grab one of those products out of the display and give it to the front desk to purchase. People don't want to talk about their feet, right? They want to talk about every other part of their body, but for whatever reason, they're very embarrassed. Now, this, what I call silent salesman, because I call all displays silent salesman, has some of our best-selling products. So this one in particular, our retail display, has our DD cream mousse, our cracked heel mousse, our rough skin mousse, our shoe and foot deodorant spray, as well as our toenail tincture, which is our #1 selling product in 70 countries around the world. This comes with backup product as well. So as the display is emptying, it can be refilled. I know what some of you are thinking. I don't want to put those ugly pictures in my salon and spa. Let me give you a little tip. We had a distributor that had over 600 locations. in their country. And we said to them, please, please put this display in. We know it's going to increase sales. Well, they finally did. They put the before and after picture displays in their distribution. And guess what? Their sales went up 400% in just 1 month. So this definitely sells the product itself. Now, we also have another display, which is either our antifungal or antimicrobial display. This is a great display as well because it has our rough skin mousse for that sandpaper foot, that really rough foot that you file and file and file and file and it never becomes smooth. That's how you know that they need that product, that rough skin mousse. The other product we have in here is our peeling skin mousse. And the peeling skin formula is for that typical athlete's foot. That peeling, that blistering, that burning, that itching. We see this a lot with people who live in humid environments, athletes, swimmers, people who work out. And then, of course, our toenail tincture. That's an easy sell. Yes, it can be used on toenails and fingernails, by the way. So if you get asked that, please make sure you know how to answer that question. This is our 3-tiered retail display pre-pack for our at-home callus combo. This is great in any environment. So we have a lot of places that don't even do foot care, that don't even perform pedicures. And they sell this like crazy because sometimes people want to either use something while they're on vacation, or maybe they can't get to the spa for a pedicure, or perhaps they know somebody that would really, really need some help with their feet, but they're too embarrassed to go in. This is a great gift to buy them. The at-home callus combo is, as I was saying, is one of our #1 retail selling products. And it will definitely sell itself. It comes with our retail file that people can use at home. So it has a rubberized handle. But this is, please be clear, only for home use. It's not to be used professional. It is definitely a reformulated version of our professional callus softener, as well as our professional file. Now, I ask you this, do you all know your market? You got a little homework to do at the end of this presentation. Do you know who your customer is? I always get very, very frustrated when I see people say, you're here for a pedicure, come in, pick your nail polish color, put your feet in the water. And it's just, they go to work. They don't really know what the concerns are of that customer. Not to worry, we'll give you a tool to help you find out who your customer is and what their foot care concerns are. But if you don't ask those questions per se about, are you getting foot care regularly? Are you going somewhere for holiday, or do you have a special event you're attending? That being said, today, foot care is now more of a service that people will pre-book every 4 to 6 weeks. Whereas 20 years ago, foot care and pedicures were more of that luxury service, where in fact, yes, they were only getting a pedicure if they were going on vacation, or if they were going to a wedding, or if summer was around the corner. But now pedicures have become a lifestyle. Just like people book to get their hair done every 4 to 6 weeks, they're booking to get their foot care every 4 to 6 weeks. You really need to identify what's in the service that you're providing for them. What are they getting out of this other than pretty toenails? Are they getting solutions to problems that they maybe have been dealing with for years and years and years? Sometimes they don't even know they're looking for a product because guess what? They've tried so many different things. They've tried anything and everything and nothing works. They're looking for solutions to those deep cracks. They're looking for solutions to those rough heels. How great is it that you have the opportunity to recommend home care to every person sitting in the chair? Even if they have healthy feet, we want them to maintain those healthy feet, right? We don't want them to walk out. Just like if somebody's getting a facial, they're walking out with day creams, night creams, eye creams, serums, scrubs, cleansers. They're walking out with 6 products. Why are they not putting anything on their feet at home? Because they need to be educated by you, the professional. Not only is this going to create new revenue for you, but it's also going to maintain that client loyalty, because you're not just telling them to pick their polish and put their feet in the water. You're telling them that you want to help them. You want to make their feet look great. You want to make their feet feel great. You want to help them with those problems that they've been dealing with for 10, 15 years. It's a one-stop shop, really. Not only are they getting a great service, they're also getting home care. So we say, know your market. I mean, foot care is growing. It is growing and growing and growing. And that really all comes down to lifestyle. We know that the feet are the furthest extremity from the heart. So, pardon me, when you see a lifestyle change so dramatically in such a short period of time, I mean, everything has changed in the past 20, 30 years, right? We're not as healthy as we were 20, 30 years ago. We're sitting at our desks longer. We're not as active as we were. The food we ate 20, 30 years ago is not the food we're eating today. Diabetes is on the rise. Stress levels are through the roof, and stress leads to this, and this. So the foot care business is a big business, because when you see a lifestyle change so dramatically, the first thing, again, you see suffer in the human body are the feet. This is why this number will grow continuously, all because of lifestyle. So today, foot care is about a $2.9 billion industry worldwide. Now I ask you, how many customers do you have that get regular pedicures? How many customers are looking for solutions to those issues? I bet you some of you don't even know, because you haven't asked the question. Today's client, because 20 years ago, there wasn't spas like there are today. There wasn't nail bars like there are today, or foot care clinics. So now customers have choices. So if they're not getting the best customer service, if they're not getting a foot care service from a knowledgeable, professional foot care provider, if they're not getting the most clean, where infection control practices are being practiced, foot care, they're going down the street. They're also looking for solutions and results. Some people, actually a lot of people, will say, you know what, I don't even want nail polish. Just make my feet look good, make them feel good. The other thing customers are looking for today, and this is not only just with foot care, this is with every service, they're looking for instant gratification. Nobody has patience. They want to see results, and they want to see them right away. So how great is it that you're able to perform an amazing service with Footlogix products and give them that instant gratification, because they're seeing the feet transform before their eyes. This is always a fun slide for me. There are going to be people that are going to maybe lose their way back to the spa, to your pedicure chair. Because you know what, there's the latest trend, the fishbowl pedicure, the pumpkin spiced pedicure, the chocolate mask pedicure, because it's Valentine's Day. But they will definitely find their way back to you, because the end result and the end game that they're looking at is they want their feet to feel healthy. And they definitely will get that when you use Footlogix, but also when you recommend home care. They're looking for that wellness pedicure today. They're looking for their feet to look good and feel good. They're looking for like that medi-pedi, that therapeutic pedicure. So when you maybe are doing another pedicure, let's say it's a seasonal pedicure in your spot. Let's say you're doing a fall pedicure or a Valentine's Day pedicure or something else. I call those spa pedicures. I get asked by customers, well, Tanya, what should I get rid of my spa pedicure? And I say, no, don't get rid of that. Add a service on your menu. Call it that wellness foot care service, that medi-pedi, that therapeutic pedicure, but keep the spa pedicure on. Because, you know, maybe somebody's having a a stagette or a party, and they're inviting their girlfriends and they're all getting pedicures at the same time. There is lots and lots of feet in the world, and there's room for everybody. I have so much confidence in the brand that I always know people are going to always come back to the Footlogix product because they want results. They want their feet to look good and feel good. And that's one of the competitive advantages of using Footlogix, but also recommending. The other thing is it costs, when you're using the smallest sizes in service, it costs under $2 to do a full Footlogix pedicure. When you get in the larger sizes, that cost goes down significantly because we use very highly concentrated, cost-effective, easy-to-use products. All of the products are safe for diabetics. They're safe for seniors, immunocompromised, kids over the age of 12. There are no contraindications to medications. People who are going through chemotherapy can use our products. And again, very cost effective for the service, for the client, for the end user. Because remember, and I'll say it again, there's 160 applications in each can of mousse. So this is going to last the end user 2.5 to 3 months. This is not a lot of money to invest in your feet that have to last you your entire lives, carry around your whole body. I don't know why people stop at the ankle. It's like they forget about their feet. But again, they carry around our whole bodies forever. Why are we not investing in our feet? Some of our unique selling points, and you've heard me talk about this over and over through the presentation, but we are the world's first and only pediceutical foot care line, non-occlusive, so we will not seal the skin. And of course, fast absorbing with no greasy residue, and that revolutionary dermal infusion technology. Now, this is a little diagram of 125 ml foot cream compared to our 125 ml mousse. You see the difference in how much you get out of the mousse versus how much you get out of the cream. Another competitive advantage, again, is there's a cost advantage, not only with the professional product and cost per application, which is extremely cost effective. As I said, it costs under $2 to do a full Footlogix pedicure. And when you get into the larger sizes, it even becomes, that number comes down quite significantly. But as well as for the end user, it's a small investment for our feet that have to last us forever and ever. Another competitive advantage is we don't just believe in giving you the product and saying, okay, good luck. Yeah, it's easy to use. It's straightforward. You have rough skin, recommend rough skin. You have smelly feet, you want to use the foot deodorant spray and the shoe deodorant spray for the shoes. But we are very strong believers in education, which is why we offer education every single month. It's free, and we do it in English and Spanish. And as I said, it is available. If you're not available to listen to it live, we do send out a recording 24 to 48 hours afterwards, so you can listen to it later on. Education is so important because this industry is constantly changing. I really encourage you, if you attend trade shows, go see as much education as you possibly can. It is just going to, first of all, give you the information to make sure you're that one step ahead of your customers. Also, you're one step ahead of your competition. But, education, and we talk about this, not only different topics, but always refresh yourself on product knowledge, which is why we have it available on the back end of our website portal to have you listen to it anytime. Now, if you do not have that login and password, because you need to register for that login and password to be able to get in on the back end of our website, please do that. Contact us through either chat or our website, and we will get you a login and password. I'll talk a little bit more on that later on. Educational support, another point I always like to talk about is our 1 foot challenge. Now, that's not us educating you. That's you educating your customers. If for whatever reason, maybe you're having a slow day in pedicures, we always like to invite people from the waiting area to do a 5-minute 1 foot challenge where you just use callus softener and file and the DD cream mousse or the very dry skin mousse. Let them see the difference between both feet. This is what could happen. Maybe that person's never had a pedicure. Maybe they can't believe the difference between the 2 feet. They're going to ask you to do 2 feet. Don't. Do 1 foot. That's why we call it the 1 foot challenge. If they don't book a pedicure that day, they're going to book a pedicure later on. They're going to go home, going to wake up the next morning, and they're going to see a big difference in their feet. Our promotional material. Please take advantage of our promotional material online, but as well as with your distributor. So we have posters, we have brochures, catalogs, and of course that client consultation pad and recommendation form. The client consultation pad is a tool that we give you to use in service. And it asks questions like, are you a diabetic? Do you suffer from allergies? What medications are you on? This is all information that you absolutely need to know. The other thing it does is it elevates the professionalism of the service by, again, not asking them to pick their polish and put their feet in the water. They're checking off their foot care concerns. Are they worried about their toenails? Are they worried about their foot odor? Have they been suffering from cracked heels for years and years and years? So this is a great way to get to know your client without asking them straight out. Because remember what I said at the beginning, there are a lot of people that are embarrassed to talk about their feet, but they're looking for solutions. They're looking for answers. So if they're sitting beside multiple people in the pedicure area, it's much easier to tick off some boxes and hand it over to the service provider than it is for them to say, yeah, this is what I have. What can you do for me? There are people that will do that, but there are a lot of people that are embarrassed. So this is not only a great way to get to know your clients, but also a great way to retail to your clients, because now you know exactly what products you're going to recommend. I get it. Sometimes there's not enough time in between customers. So you're saying, oh, you know what? I don't have time to retail. I don't know what to recommend. While they're putting their socks on, we give you this at-home care pad. They can tick off what box, you can tick off what product it is that they need, hand it to them, write your name on it, and ask them to hand it to the front desk. The front desk is going to do 2 things. They're going to get that product for you and make sure that they purchase the product. But there's also a little line that says, book your next pedicure. So this now will make sure that they're coming for their next pedicure and they're pre-booking it before they walk out the door. Please, pardon me, make sure that the front desk of the salon and spa is very important, because they're the first person that the customer sees and the last person that the customer sees. So they really need to know about home care, because maybe you didn't answer a question that your client had. They will be able to do that at the end. So give them access to that product knowledge, to that online education, to all those tools that are available. Also, take advantage of promotions. We do quarterly promotions, and this is what it does. Not only does it maybe introduce your customers to a product that they weren't even thinking about trying, but it creates that push and pull through with your retail area. Because sometimes when you're looking at the same thing every time you walk through the door, it just kind of, you walk right by it. But if there's something new, a customer may say, oh, what's this? This looks new. Oh, I get this free inside, gift with purchase. So it increases your product awareness in your retail area. And it definitely increases your sales. So I keep saying, know your competition. So I ask you this, and this is, again, a little homework. Do you know what the salons and spas are selling in your area? Do you know what they're using in your area? When your customer walks in and says, oh, well, Sally's spa down the street is using this product. What makes this product better? One thing we never do is talk poorly about other brands. The product, I believe, speaks for itself. So you don't have to speak poorly about the other brands. Give them the features and benefits of what it is that you're using. And that's with all of your products. Don't tell them, oh, they're using this skincare line. It's terrible. You're not going to get any results. Give them the features and benefits of what you're doing, as well as the products that you're using. And this, again, sets you apart from the competition. If you need to speak poorly about a competitor or what the competitor is using, you're not using the right products. You have to be confident in what you're providing in the service, but also what you're recommending. Because our customers are very smart. That end user is very smart. They see right through you. Don't lie to them. Love what you're using. Love the service that you're performing. Love the ingredients. Love the technology. And make sure you know what you're offering. Don't let them answer questions that they're asking. Always be one step ahead. This is, again, how you capitalize on your market. Now, you may have a lot of customers, maybe customers that came in to get one pedicure, maybe customers that only came in to get a manicure, maybe customers that only come in to get a polish change. So I ask you, how many customers are in your records? How many customers do you have? And do the calculations. How many of them get pedicures? Remember, everybody has feet. What are they using on their feet? Also, do you retail? I always get, I don't want to say annoyed, but maybe it is annoyed when I hear technicians and owners saying, oh, I don't want to sell. I'm afraid to sell. And, I don't want to. And I always ask them, listen, if they're coming into your salon and spa and they got rough skin, and they're saying, I've had this rough skin for 20 years. Are you just saying, oh, you know what? I'm afraid to recommend anything. No, you're making sure that you're recommending a product that's going to help them. If you see somebody, and I always use this analogy, if you see somebody walking down the street, they're going to fall in a hole. Do you say, oh my gosh, I don't want to disturb them. They look like they're concentrating on something or they're talking to somebody. No, you're stopping them from falling in the hole. It's the same thing with us. These people are coming to us to look for solutions to issues that they've been dealing with for a long time, whether it's cystic acne or, let's say they're getting reflexology on their feet or those deep cracks or whatever it is. That's what we do. We're here to make people feel good. We're here to make people look good. That's the gift that we have been given. So if they're looking for solutions, you have the opportunity. Don't be scared to retail. You're helping them. Rather than them having a bin of foot care products that is sitting under their bathroom counter and they've tried everything and anything and nothing works. Or they're putting Vaseline all over their feet, wrapping their feet in plastic wrap, putting socks on and going to bed at night. And they've been doing that for 15 years and their feet are like sandpaper. It's not working. So you have the opportunity to help them. And that's what is so wonderful about the product line, but also this industry. Today's client, they're looking for that knowledgeable technician. They want results-driven products, but they're willing to pay for it. They are willing to pay. I see people spending $200, $300, $400 on serums for the face. It's not a big investment for our feet to buy 4 cans a year. We also have a very diverse demographic today too. Now, our clients are young, they're mature, they're males, they're females. We actually did a monthly education on just working on that male client, because there are a lot of males who are looking for products. But guess what? They don't want to walk out of the salon and spa smelling like vanilla and roses. So it's great because this is truly a unisex brand. It doesn't have any smell. The label looks pretty unisex, so they don't have to worry about it being on their bathroom counter, their washroom counter. Also many different ethnicities. And this, I mean, this is great for anybody. Anybody can use the products. Now, what does the customer need? They absolutely need to see you every 4 to 6 weeks. They need the professional. This is why you went to school. This is why you are continuously educating yourself, because they can't see their feet like you can, right? So we always recommend, always examine the feet before they go in the water. What are you dealing with? This also gives you the opportunity to know what product you're recommending at the end of service. There's no point in looking at the feet after you've done the whole pedicure and say, oh, yeah, you know what? I'm not quite sure. I can't remember. So we want to make sure we know what we're recommending by end of service. So pedicure every 4 to 6 weeks and home care every single time. A customer may not need one product. They may need two. Maybe they have rough skin. Maybe they have smelly feet, smelly shoes. Maybe they have unsightly toenails. So there is opportunity every time that they walk in, not to sell them everything at one time, but every time they walk in to talk to them about possibly something different that they might be dealing with. So ask yourself, what number of foot care services do you perform in 1 week? I want you to do the math after we're done this, or when you have a few moments today. How many foot care services do you perform in 1 week? And are you interested in making those foot care services even quicker than you've already been performing with whatever product line it is that you're using? Also, your clients are looking for that transformational routine, as I'm sure you are as well. All customers need Footlogix. They need professional products, and they definitely need at-home products. All of them. Everybody walking through your door. So you have this, again, opportunity, but you need to look at the numbers. How many people do you have walking through your door? So how do you set up the sale? And I talked about this. Not only does that consultation pad elevate your professionalism, because I see a lot of people filling out client consultations for massage, for facials, but rarely pedicures. And I don't understand that, because we all know, especially when we're dealing with a diabetic, getting a pedicure can be dangerous to some people if they're not using the right products, as well as not providing the proper service. But setting up the sale starts right as soon as they walk in the door, and right as soon as they sit in that chair. So that consultation pad really opens up the conversation, as I said. And it outlines what it is that they're doing and what it is that they need to do. You also want to keep that consultation to protect yourself, the service provider, but also to protect your client. Because sometimes maybe you're noticing something going on at the bottom of the foot, and you can refer back to that, or on a toenail, or whatever the case is. Always make notes, and there is a place at the back to make notes. Then the at-home pedicure pad is an amazing sales tool. And I'll say it again, make sure your front desk staff knows how to use this tool. Okay, this again elevates professionalism, and it gives you the opportunity to rebook right away. And again, it closes that sale. Now, what are some of the right questions to ask? Let me. So what makes you buy something? I said this right at the beginning. One thing I will tell you, please make sure you're not just pushing a sale on your customer. Remember, we are there to help them. We are there to make them feel great, look great, and help them when they go home. The only way we can do that is by being honest. And that's all we ever want to be. That's why I say, make sure you're confident in what you're selling. You need to love what you're selling and what you're doing. You also need to be very comfortable in the products that you're recommending as well as using. And ask yourself always again, what makes you buy something? So how can you educate your customer without scolding them? Because we have those customers that are so frustrating, right? They're wearing those 5-inch stiletto heels. They're not putting anything on their feet, or they're walking around barefoot, or they're walking around in sandals, and their feet are a mess every time they walk through the door, and they're frustrating. Now, we don't want to scold them. We want to educate them. What does our skin do on our bodies? Our skin protects us. So even if our skin is just dry, it's vulnerable for picking up things like fungus, bacteria, virus. And there is a way you can say that to them. Tell them, hey, you know, these little feet have to hold your whole body and last your whole life. And they're the first thing to hit the ground in the morning. They're the last thing to leave the ground at night. Why are you neglecting your poor feet? That's a little scolding, but you know, there is a friendly way always to go about doing something. Educate your customer about the importance of healthy feet. We don't want them just to get a pedicure if they're going on vacation or if they're going to a wedding. We want to make sure that they're maintaining those healthy feet. So identify their needs. Educate them on what they do need, because sometimes they don't even know what they need. Recommend those at-home products, okay? And discuss the features and benefits in usage. I'll say it again. There's 160 applications in each can of mousse. You can't just hand them the mousse and tell them to put it on every day. Some of them may look at it and say, oh, this is expensive. But they don't know that this is going to last them 2.5 to 3 months. They don't know that they only have to use it once a day, every single day, preferably on clean, dry feet. You need to discuss the features, benefits, and usage with them. Don't just hand it to them. And if you don't have time to do that, make sure that the front desk knows how to recommend the products. It is so important. We talk about product recommendation. So if somebody comes to you, and this happens all the time, and says, oh my gosh, my husband or my wife or my grandmother or my friend, they won't come in to get a pedicure. Recommend that at-home pedicure in a box for them to use. Also, ask them about their feet. Ask them about what their feet look like. And you can always tell them that they could use the at-home pedicure in a box as well as home care. They can give that to their customer or to their friend or relative or whoever it is. We have a lot of clients who say, okay, I'm going to do 2 things. I'm going to do my day cream and my night cream on my feet. So for instance, our daily maintenance in the morning and then our DD cream mousse at night. We have some people who say, oh, I don't even know if I can put one product on my foot. If they can just put one product on, are they brushing their teeth every single day? Probably. It's not like they just get their teeth cleaned every 4 to 6 months when they go to the dentist. In between going to the dentist, they're brushing their teeth every single day. It's the same thing with the skin on the feet. We don't just want them to have products on their feet every 4 to 6 weeks when they're getting a service. So they have to put on at least one product every single day. And we don't want to ever recommend layering of products. I'll say it again. Make sure your customers are not layering the products. So for instance, if they want to use, like, let's say they're dealing with a very, very rough skin, but deep cracks that crack open and bleed, you can recommend the rough skin mousse in the morning and the cracked heel mousse at night. Not on top of each other, okay? Always split them up. Toenail tincture can be used in companion with any of the mousses. Okay, you don't have to worry about that. But if they're using 2 mousses, split them up AM and PM. Our retail kits and displays. As I said, they're fast placement. You're literally unpacking the box and you're putting them on the counter. It's an easy decision maker. I call it that silent salesman. It's great for those impulse buyers. I see a lot of, pardon me, salons and spas who have it at their front desk. So loyalty programs. Do any of you do loyalty programs to keep that customer coming back and back and back? Also, it all adds that new customer as well, because let's say you're doing, okay, after 9 pedicures or after 5 pedicures, you're getting 50% off the 6th one. After 9 pedicures, you're getting a free pedicure. You know, loyalty programs are being used more and more and more. So not only does this keep your clients, because they're going to continue coming back because they want to make sure they get that free pedicure, it's making the decision for them. But it's also, again, I always say, are your customers grabbing that chocolate bar at cash out? We know those people who are saying, oh, you know what? I just want to grab this last minute thing. Educate them about that. Maybe they don't know about your loyalty programs. Maybe they don't know that, yes, oh, if I book my next pedicure, 5 pedicures down the road or 4 pedicures down the road, I'm going to get 50% off the 6th one. So make sure that you're informing them every single time, because people's attention span is very little these days. Social media. I always talk about social media. Social media is free. Okay, this is a great way to connect with your clients. Do an open house where the first 10 people get a $100 value swag bag. Do a holiday event, you know, Thanksgiving, Black Friday, summer sizzle sale, a flash sale, just because, you know what? I don't have a lot of people booked that day. I want to do a flash sale on my retail, get them to come in for retail, but don't allow them just to buy retail. Make sure that they're booking a service. And then the demo days. I always talk about this opportunity where if you have a lot of people sitting in the waiting area and your pedicure station is empty, you could gain a client very, very quickly. Because if you ask anybody if they'd like that 5-minute 1-foot challenge where you're just using the retail, the callus softener with the professional file, and then the DD cream mousse or the very dry skin mousse, they're getting an experience in 5 minutes and they're seeing amazing transformational results in 5 minutes. And they're seeing the next day the difference between the both feet. This is a great way not only to retail to somebody that wasn't even coming in to get a foot care service, but also gain a new client for pedicure. It's a great opportunity. So seek first to understand before being understood. Okay, I know sometimes we're really excited and we become friends with our clients and we develop these long-lasting relationships. But please remember that 80-20 rule. You will lose clients like this. You do not want to be talking the whole time they're sitting in the pedicure chair. I get it. They become friends, they become family, and your husband's driving you crazy or your wife's driving you crazy. Or, you know, you've got something going on with friends and you're wanting, you know, their advice, or, you know, your coworkers driving you crazy, whatever the case is, they're not there for you. They're there for them. So I say, let them talk 80% of the time and you talk 20% of the time. They are not your therapist. You are their therapist. And we all got into this industry to make people feel good, to make people look good. And there are sometimes people that will come in to get a service because, yeah, they're having a rough day or they're having a rough week. And they just want that hour to sit back, relax, and be pampered, because they're definitely not pampered at home or what it is they do in their career. So as hard as it is sometimes, because we do get very close with our clients and they tell us a lot, remember, you're there for them, okay? Please, please do not talk more than your customers, because they're going to get annoyed and they're going to go somewhere else. You can't sell products to them if you don't know what's important to them. The other thing I like to talk about always is presentation. Now, this isn't just presentation in service. This is presentation with yourself as well. First impression is everything. Everything. They will remember that first service forever. I get it. Sometimes we have bad days, but we really need to set that aside. We are professionals. We are there to make people feel good. We're there to make people look good. So we always want to make sure that that client is having a beautiful experience, not only with service, but also when you're recommending retail. This is why I say be confident in what you're using, be confident in what you're selling. Don't be pushy. Okay? We're helping them. The product will sell itself. But I will tell you, push consistency. And when I say that, make sure you're telling them, hey, you're brushing your teeth every single day in between going to the dentist. We want to make sure that your skin remains healthy on your feet in between service. We also want to make sure that you're booking that service every 4 to 6 weeks so we don't run into those deep cracks that crack open and bleed. Presentation is so important even when it comes to yourself, okay? Making sure your station is clean, your implements are clean, your products are wiped down, your towels are folded nicely, but also in yourself. I see some technicians and it looks like they just rolled out of bed. You know, their uniform is their scrubs are all wrinkled. They've got nail polish stains all over them. You know, they haven't even brushed their hair. They probably are wearing lashes from the night before. This is not something, if we want to stand out in this industry, we need to present ourselves in a manner where we're proud of what we do. We are proud of what we're using. We are proud to be able to provide a service to make these clients feel great. So let's break down the numbers. Let's look at the opportunity here. If you retail to 55% of your customers, you have a total gross profit possibly of almost $40,000. Okay? If you retail to 30% of your clients, you have a total gross profit of almost $22,000. The return on investment when you're retailing is 100%. You are marking up that product 100%. So there is a giant opportunity to be able to, again, retail to every person walking through the door. Okay, even if they have those healthy feet, we want them to maintain those healthy feet. As I said, social media, it's free. This stays in your customers' bubble. So, oh, you know what? Yeah, I haven't got a pedicure in a while. I got to book a pedicure because they're seeing you post. Again, it gives you the opportunity to pick up new business. Tell them what's new. If there's a new product that you're introducing, share those before and afters. I get it. Sometimes they're not that pretty to look at, but it sells you. Because if they see the transformation just after one service, they want that transformation too. But also even with home care, show them before and afters of your clients that have come 4 or 6 weeks later and they've been using, let's say, the rough skin mousse or the peeling skin mousse, and they can't believe it. It gives you the opportunity to interact with the customers for free, and it builds the relationship. Visit our online community. Okay, so we have 2 platforms. We have our Footlogix Professional and our Footlogix. Footlogix Professional obviously speaks to you. And then the Footlogix creates the pull-through for the end user for them to come see you as well as use at-home products. Check out our YouTube channel. We have videos on how to use all of our products, home care as well as professional. And if you have not listed your business on our website, please do that. We want to send business to you, but if we don't have your information, we don't know how to do that. So contact us. We'll put your business on our website so people know where to either purchase product or get that full Footlogix pedicure. Register for those monthly webinars. We also have a free monthly newsletter, which keeps you informed as in what's going on. So in closing, The best salesperson listens more than they talk. You need to make sure you know your customers' needs so you can help them. Map out your questions and streamline the steps to your sales process. So do that. Do that tonight. Know your customer. Know what their concerns are. Know what they're looking for. Every customer is different as well. So adjust. You know, there are people that will buy things just because of the way they look. There are people that will buy things because of the smell, because of the way it feels. And there are people that will buy things because of the ingredients. So know all of those things. It's light, it's fluffy, it absorbs right away. Know the ingredients. Know that it doesn't have any artificial smell or fragrance. Practice makes perfect. The more you do this, the more you talk about the products, the more people you help, that is going to become infectious to you. And you're going to love that feeling of helping your customers. So I say practice makes perfect, but the more people you help, the more people you want to help. And we're not selling, we're just helping people truly, not only again with service, but with home care. And remember, you're always selling yourself. So present yourself in a way that you would want to see in somebody else. Impression definitely matters. So Footlogix, healthy feet are happy feet. And we want our customers to have happy feet. We want our customers to walk out those doors and feel excellent about the service that they've just had, but also with what they're using at home. So I thank you so much for joining me today.